Hereditary is a great horror film. It's relentless, nihilistic, and it finds genuine excitement in making its characters miserable. A lot of people would say that is one of the scariest films of all time, but I'm not convinced that's trying to be scary. In fact, Ari Aster himself has said that he was never planning to make a horror film. He thought the genre had a tendency to be too cynical and that it often attracted an audience that was too cynical. But Hereditary is a horror movie, right? Something Ari Aster does so well to get the bigger point across is the way he uses metaphor to set up false expectations for us. Right at the beginning, there's the treehouse. Charlie is drawn to it. She spends a lot of time in there even though her dad says it's not very safe. Later, the mom ends up spending most of her nights up there as well. It's this annex that to the characters provides isolation and safety, but I think it's a great representation of the way we separate ourselves when we feel displaced or depressed. And as the movie goes on and this dark cloud starts to consume the family more and more, the nefarious nature of these dark spaces starts to become more and more apparent. Whether it's the treehouse, the attic, or the dark corners of the room, there's something dark looming over this family that just doesn't make sense. Another thing that is there from the very start is artistic outlet. Charlie has her weird drawings and freakish inventions. Annie creates models that replicate her real life. They are creating in order to find agency. They're trying to make sense of all the things that are wrong with them. We know there's something wrong with the family, and we know that there's a yearning to make sense of it, but things just keep getting worse. Peter's having panic attacks at school, the dad can't keep it together, and like a mother passing along the generational alcoholism or substance abuse, Annie is forcing her son to partake in occult rituals. But by the end, all of it makes sense. The movie doesn't end in blood splatter or shouting. It doesn't even end ambiguously or with a jump scare. When it all ends, it's quiet and it's somber. Even though what is happening is horrific, the director plays the final moments in a way that is almost serene. That is intentional, because it's the first time in the film that none of the characters are in any physical or emotional pain. It's all finally over. What makes Hereditary scary isn't the fact that the whole family either dies, gets possessed, or both, and it's not even the fact that the cult wins. The real darkness of Hereditary lies in the realization that the suffering wasn't meaningless, and that there's a peace in it all being over. There's catharsis from the finality of it all. The real horror is that none of it is an accident. The family doesn't struggle with alcoholism, gambling, poverty, or mental illness. Suffering is their inheritance, and despair is their legacy. They were literally cursed, and now they're free. All of us inherit things from our families. Some of us feel like these inherited traits are a curse, and we would do anything to make sense of it. For 2 hours and 7 minutes, Ari Aster made that curse real. How does that make you feel? I want to hear your analysis of the film. Do you think I'm way off? Do you think it's one of the scariest films ever made? Do you think Ari Aster is out of his mind? This is a great movie. Thanks for listening to my thoughts on it.